Hello, this is Hamza. I'm going to explain line by line about my data science assignment 3. Here is I import pandas as PD and I read my test comma separated value file and I assign it to my DF. I'm just going to quickly run it. And here I'm basically just reading first 5 rows, which is one, it's like counted like a column name. And now here I'm going to change the column name as this given value, and here I'm avoiding the header for now to don't put this column value to the head, and later I'm assigning this column value as column name, and I'm also printing the first 5 lines. Here is it. And for the other question, I'm adding my name and student number to the first column, and I'm going to change this test file with new files, which I added my name and student number, and quickly going to run it. It brings my student number and my student ID, my name, and because of there is no value in the other columns, it's bringing non-value, and later just skipping the first row, and I don't want to include this first row to my columns. Here's I run it, and later I'm printing the type of my DF, which is data frame, and here is I'm selecting the value column with two-way, which is giving the braces and without braces. Here is one way and this is the other way. The first way is more object oriented, and if I print out the type, it's giving me a series type. The first way is more appropriate to creating to printing zip code, because this way it require, if there is a space between two value names, it's basically requiring this name, this way to print any value. For my other question, I'm creating a new column name, basically two new column name. One is brand and the other is total, and I assigned like here, and I give them some value like machine type and zip code comes here with comma separated, and the other one total, it's range multiplied by value. Just gonna run it. And here I'm printing the first 5 row. Here's describing my DF column with the statics, and here is a describe method without parentheses, and here is I'm printing the shape. Here is I'm printing data type of my DF, and question 12 was about describe with parentheses and without parentheses. Basically parentheses is for built-in functions, and it's giving us static methods. Without parentheses is bounding data frame. The other question is for printing the object statistic with describe method, which is with parentheses. There we go. For other question, I'm renaming my ID column, which is this one, with my ID, and I'm printing first 5 rows. And the other question is I'm renaming the ID value with my ID, but within place and showing the change in column name. And I'm using head here. Here is I'm showing the column names, and here I'm changing the old column names with the new given values, ID, range, value, machine type. And the other question is I'm replacing any space between the values, I'm replacing with dash. There we go. Another question, I'm dropping the brand and total columns permanently. Here I run. The other question is dropping the row number 3 and 5 permanently, as with this method. I'm using access to access the axis, using the axis to access the given row number. Here I'm sorting the value of the column value, and like here is for ascending, and for like only for the value column, and here's sorting the series in ascending order for the whole data frame, not only value, but mainly taking the reference, the value. Here I'm ascending, sorting the series in ascending order, but I'm showing the data frame with in place. Here I'm using the range and value with ascending. However, the only range is using ascending, and the value it's using any mix of ascending or descending, doesn't matter, only taking the range for ascending. And here I'm displaying the range which is equal or greater than 250, and the range is less than 251. And here I'm getting the range which is greater than 250 and less than 351, and sorting those values with the range. The other question is getting only the value which is range 250 or greater, and the range is 351 and in less. I'm taking only the ID and value columns with this formula. And here I'm sorting I'm getting some values which is greater than 250 and less than 351, and which is the machine type. It's is with H, and I'm getting only the value of ID, value, and machine type here. And similar question here, but here I'm only getting the machine type, which is age, which is R, and which is X, just mixing them and getting all of the value and range and a zip code. And the last question here, only that getting some numerical columns with the describe built-in function. Yeah, that is it. Thank you.